oh, you don't like time, you don't like change, but yet you change all the time. And I'm like, because that's part of the flow of my mind with ADHD. Like, how often, Silly, do you? I'm gonna use this as an example because I'm pretty sure you've probably done this too, where you're like, I think I'm gonna play Rocket League tonight, and then you make this plan with someone at 10 in the morning, and then 2 o'clock comes around, and you're like, someone else messages you, hey, you want to play Deep Rock Galactic tonight? And you're like, sure. And now you've got overlapping plans.
Yeah, very relatable all the time.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest challenges with friendships and relationships is
Yeah.
you told me we would do this. Oh, well, my brain at this moment in time wanted to do this. And that's with ADHD, you follow, or your brain follows what you want to do more than anything. Whatever will give you a boost of endorphins and happiness, ADHD
Dopamine.
goes towards first. Yeah, it's that dopamine rush.
It's such a cruel thing to say, and such a dickish thing to say to someone too. Is like, oh, my dopamine flow went this way, and
Yeah, and you were not the object of my happiness. And it's like, oh,
damn, like it makes me feel bad as a person too, because like my mind is like, this is what is increasing my dopamine. If I don't have that dopamine, I go down. You know,
mm-hmm.
like one, they both may have my dopamine mining, but one may give me a bigger output of dopamine than the other, and it sucks.
Yeah, and it's funny because I have to also go back and tell my brain, hey, like we do want this actually. Stick with your original plan. I have to like adult myself back into doing it and saying and keeping my promises, right? So I'll still do priority cues of like, oh, I told you I would do this 2 days ago. Okay, well, your priority. And if that pisses off someone else and they don't understand, it's like, sorry, my bad. I learned
Right.
to not have to please everyone because I can't. And to not over plan, but that's hard to do. I've definitely done that a lot.
It is, and it sucks. Nat right there saying that you do that a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I know. It sucks. I wish I didn't. Like, and that's why I'm very thankful that Kit has been on me more about making a schedule. Like, it's helpful. But I remember, was that one TikTok, that bald dude with the beard, like ADHD tips part 17.
Yeah, you sent me a
Yeah.
lot of his stuff. They're good.
One of the things that I like is like what ADHD people getting advice from people without ADHD looks like, point of view. And then,
Mm-hmm.
so like one thing was like, oh, you know how you said setting alarm doesn't, work, right? What if you set an alarm before that alarm? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, sure. Yep,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, that will definitely work.
I can
Schedules
set
don't work
6
for us.
alarms. Yeah, no, they don't. A lot of it is like, for me, schedules don't work all that much. So I let people know, you got to give me 30 minutes to an hour of leeway time, of tardiness, whatever you want to call it. Like
Yeah.
jobs where they said, you must be on time, you must be to work, 5-10 minutes before your scheduled shift starts. That never worked with me. That was so hard. And then I lost a lot of jobs because they would say that, like, oh, you're tardy, you're late.
Like you have to
You've
be
been
there on
tardying
time
late,
or never early.
3 times, 6 times, 10 times, and they keep track. And they don't go off of like per month, right? I just dropped some shit on the ground. They don't do that. They keep a record of it for the whole goddamn year. And I'm like, you could fuck off, boss man. My work here is amazing. Like, I'm gonna leave and you're gonna realize, oh, he was late to work, but he was our best employee.
Yep, I feel that. I really do. One thing too is
Mm.
I'm starting to realize to myself
Mm-hmm.
is if a job tells me I have to be there on time, then
Thanks,
I
Nads.
can't do it. But if a
Yeah.
job is like, oh, you could come in like an hour beforehand, you'll be fine. Okay. Then like my job that I'm gonna be getting, I'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm always here 30 minutes early every time. Like I I don't know what it is with me and jobs and like that scheduling portion, like being on time for that thing, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
There are times that I am late to like and those are times where like um hey, we've got this party planned,
Hi,
like IRL
Silly.
New Year's. We're
I
gonna
love
be
you
there. Like we're
today.
starting at like 6. What are you thinking about? You coming? I'm like, yeah. And then I'll show up at like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, where's the party? And then everyone's like, oh, we're done. I was like, oh.
Oh God, that too. I'm late to the things that I'm excited for. That's a
Yeah,
big one. Yeah.
yeah. It sucks.
And it hurts because then you get there and you're like, oh, you're late again. You missed it. And I was like, why are your plans only an hour long, huh? You're not fun. You're boring. And then I blame it on other people. That was an old problem too. Blaming my ADHD and behaviors on the world. The world is the problem. Which is weird because it's 50-50. I was right and I was wrong. Like, I still had to own up to me understanding that my brain works a certain way, and I got to try to work around it the best I can.
Right. You can only
But,
do so
yeah.
much with what you give it
Mm-hmm.
before. Yeah.
You need that leeway. Definitely.
Oh, for sure. I feel like without the leeway, it's difficult.
Yeah, and it's that leeway is also us setting boundaries for ourselves and for other people. So when we understand that, like you were saying with your work, you need to make sure that you can do it, and that your brain, the way that you function, the way that it works, will fit with the job in some way, shape, or form. And usually, I bring that up in interviews now. I'm just like, yep, this is how I am. I will be late. I won't be late by a long shot because I do know it's important for me to be here on time. But like, if you want me to open the store and I'm the only one to open a store, the odds of me being perfectly on time every single time are going to be so low. The store might open 10 minutes late.
Yep.
And that's because
Yeah.
I have to get up in the morning. I have to take a shower. I have to eat my food. I have to make sure that I'm even ready to go.
You have this routine,
Yeah.
and there's me. If I have a routine of something and that gets broken, I flip shit. If I
Mm-hmm.
am doing something a certain way and the process of how I'm doing it changes, I lose it. And I don't,
Yeah.
it sucks. Like if I have a routine of how I do something, for example, mowing a lawn, building something, um, stuff like that, it gets fucked up. Like my same thing that like, oh, this is more efficient or this, or I'm like, no, this is how my brain focuses on efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me to change, get out of here. Just go. Just go get yourself some coffee and donuts. Just I'm gonna take a step back. All right.
That makes sense then, yeah, when you change your work habit, when you change your habits, that messes up your flow. So your brain literally gets angy.
Yeah.
That does
And
make
my flow
sense.
is gone.
Hmm.
But I'm also with you on that one. I also now tell people when I go for an interview, hey, I have autism, social anxiety, and ADHD, so my mind wanders a lot. And that's what I did with this interview. I was like, yeah, I have very bad social anxiety, I'm autistic, I got ADHD, my mind wanders a lot, but and but like I could build a magic deck or 7 in like a span of 5 hours, and I'll just focus on that. And she's like, well, that's fine. I mean, you're enjoying what you're doing, right? And I'm like, yeah, magic and D&D is like my hyper focus. And she's like, cool. You know, it I guess that's kind of what was
Yeah.
important there was that, being a nerd was important to being hyper.
And that apparently the person you were interviewing with understood
Mhm.
you. That's what happened with me, right? Someone my last boss, the boss that I have now, explained to her what ADHD was and how it affected me, and then she was just like, that sounds like me. And I was like, you probably function a similar way I do. But she brought up the fact that, like, yeah, we're really aware of mental health and stuff in this job and in this workplace.
Mhm.
So if you need certain things, you just let us know. We won't fight you on it. And I was like, that I didn't even think of that, but that's how other jobs were. They would fight you on it. They would say you need to just be up early. They would give you the bullshit advice, the generic ass advice. Oh, well, you just need to reorganize your life. You just need to stay organized. You just need to make sure to always have
You don't think
this
I've
way.
tried?
It's like, yeah, you think I'm fucking 30 years old and I haven't tried that for the last fucking decade? News to you, it doesn't work for me. But there are things that work for me. So if you're willing to work with me on those and I'm willing to work on you with yours, we come to an understanding. And that's what humans do to survive together. Like
Really?
if I fucking belittle people who don't understand emotional intelligence or cultural intelligence and societal intelligence, I don't know. I'm just like, how did you get this far?
Right. And it's like, what brought you to your point? Like, each person is adapting. Adapting is part of life, and not every one person's the same, buddy. Like, get that through your head. Like, society doesn't revolve around you, pal.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like that's how their brain works. So they're thinking people would give advice back in the day based on their life, right? Um, that's what parents would do, and say, "Oh, well, I learned this, so I'm gonna teach my kids this, and this is my understanding of how the world works. So I'm gonna portray that to people that I work with, people that I want to help." So the intention is good. The intention is very good. But when you start to force it on someone else, right? They're like, "I told you this. Why aren't you doing it the way I told you to do it?" And it's like, "Well, I don't work the way you work. I'm a completely different person." But I took some aspects of what you said, right?
Yeah.
I do these things now that you might have taught me because they fit with how I work. I'm not gonna work directly as you. I'm not you.
Right. My dad was like that to me all the time. My mom was like, "Hey, just like we got to do it this way, because otherwise she's not going to understand. If we do it this way." So my dad would tell me something, and then my mom would simplify it,
Hmm.
which was great teamwork on them. You know, like,
That is good.
tag team, let's go.
Let's go.
Help the the mentally not understanding person understand it. Like,
That's good. That's literally one person explained it one way, another person explained it another way,
mhm.
and you got what you needed out of both people.
Yes, and eventually it, like, as I got older and my body needed to start changing because I couldn't, I had to. It was like, at
Mm.
this point it's, I wouldn't say life or death, but it's like, as an adult you have certain requirements to meet, and as
There's
I grew older I had to start,
expectations that you have. Yeah.
yeah, I had to start making that change. And I'm looking back and I'm like, damn, I'm starting to understand a little bit more of what my dad was like saying to me and things like that. And it's crazy, you know? It's crazy how I've started to change. Like, it shocks me. It makes me feel good about myself that I'm noticing that I can change. But it
Hmm.
didn't need to take 15 years. Like,
Well, that's the thing too. It uh, in the long run of life, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to change, to do stuff, to move on. That was the lesson to learn. It's like you do go at your own pace. The world won't wait for you either.
no.
Um, and that can be kind of the hard part. You're like, well, I am going at my own pace, but it doesn't feel like it's fast enough. And it's like, well, once you accept yourself more, you start to be okay with you being who you are, how you work, how you function, and you kind of find things that you might want to change. you can change little things at a time, very
Mhm.
small increments. Like, I'm going to put my socks away, then leave the rest of the pile on the floor. And, that's a lot of things that I learned through therapists and through psychologists and like their little tactics on how they try to help people better their lives.
Mhm.
They listen to you, they learn how you function, they try to understand how you function. That's why it's good to always have someone that might have autism or might have ADHD or who has Tourette's, who can view it the same way you do or in a similar way at least, so they get it somewhat. They give the best advice.
Hmm.
Um, what was I saying though? Something about small changes. Yeah,
Yeah.
small bettering yourself. You don't have to go at the speed of the world.
Mhm.
If things slow down, that's why people move away from cities. They go live in small areas with less population because life is quote unquote slower out there. People
It's
just don't
slower.
rush out there.
I will say, moving from a very, obviously I'm not gonna say like the places that I live or anything, right? But like a description. I moved from a town that was under 1,000 people population. And the city next to me had about 1,500 people. So I came from a really small town,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
So I loved it. Everything was slow. I knew people. I was comfortable because of how small the town was.
Mhm.
My graduating class was under 100 people.
That's wild.
That's crazy. That's not normal, right? But that's okay because that's what I felt comfortable with. My parents did not move away from this town. We used to live in a $1.8 million house, right?
Mhm.
It was huge. I mean, I'm talking 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3 living room. It was huge. And we went from there, but they were like, my dad got laid off, the company shut down, and we had to find a new house. And we did. And, we're like, okay, we don't want to move though. So we're going to stick in the same town because change is not good for me specifically. So it's like, okay, this is really going to be hard on her if we do this. And so they started thinking about their kids too. And we stayed in the same town. And so I just never moved away from that ever, which probably wasn't always good because I maybe needed to be, what's the word when
Forced?
um, you, you get experience therapy, but it's like, exposure
Oh,
therapy.
exposure therapy, yeah.
I think I needed that as a kid because I never got any of that as a kid, and I'm still not getting it.
If you were forced into exposure therapy or forced into a new environment that, yeah, it wasn't your choice to leave, it wasn't your choice to change.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably would have been better for me. But I understand the simplicity of just let's go with this.
Yeah.
Um, so then when I moved to where I am now, um, because I stayed in that town all the way up until I moved in with Kit.
Right.
And I live with Kit now. This is also my first time living with a roommate.
Yeah, not
Uh,
family. Mhm.
that's not family. And not only that, it's also like this is a bigger town than what I'm used to. It has more than 2,000 people. It has more than 900 people here. It
Mhm.
terrifies me. I don't even remember how we got on this conversation, but I remember we were talking about something.
I don't know. That's the
See?
whole point of how our conversations go is we just let them flow, and if people follow, they're like, "Yeah, I get this." And if they don't, they're like, "Oh,
How
you're
did you get on this topic?
how did we change all these topics?" Yeah.
We changed this topic because I talked about soup in my cereal.
Mhm. You were talking about hot dogs and sandwiches and
I
tacos
told you,
being
listen, a hot dog is a sandwich. It's not a taco.
yeah, that was hilarious. That was, like, the first conversation of the day. I love that.
Yeah, we started about hot dogs and tacos, and now we're sitting here talking about anxiety and autism and ADHD, and it's crazy. Like,
Yeah. I think what we have talked about so far is the kind of downsides of, right, the harder sides of autism and ADHD, and
hmm,
I guess we should
should we
talk
talk? We
about
should
the
probably,
positive sides of
yeah.
each one.
Let's say, what is something real hyper focused of ADHD? How about that?
Or even just,
What?
yeah, for me, I'm gonna go with what I enjoy about my ADHD. Uh, People are like, "How do you have so much energy? How do you? Oh my god, you're so hyper, and you're not, you know, a, a teenager anymore." Mm, And it's just like, oh, I don't know. I just chose to be more energetic and happy, is what I used to think. I was like, oh, it's just a choice, and mentally, yes, it is. But on the other end, like, oh, I just embraced the fact that I love jumping between a bunch of different topics and things, and um, I let my brain get stimulated, and I let it go off and do its own thing. I really enjoy um, the kind of energy that I get from ADHD naturally. It can
Hmm.
be um, a big burst of energy, right? Um, the older I get, the the shorter those bursts get. A burst used to be, the day. Like, "Whoa, yeah, fuck yeah, woo, 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 woo," just fuck, and then they're like, "How is Silly just passed out on the couch? How is he passed out in the car?" I would sleep everywhere, anywhere I felt comfortable, I would just sleep, and that's what was happening. I would release all energy as long as humanly possible, and then crash. And that was fun, and I really enjoy doing that, um, even to this day, but my bursts now are like, maybe like an hour, 2 hours. That's what streams are. People will notice in my streams, I will be super hyper for the first bit, and then it kinda chills out, calms down.
Yeah, and that's I think it's just more of like the ADHD side of things. Of my dopamine's gone.
Mhm. Dopamine
Um,
rush is less.
and that's something that, like, this is gonna be a little tangent. It's one of the lines that's gonna steer off for a moment. And that's one thing that I like doing
Mm.
with streams is that I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna
Thanks,
sit
Lang.
here
I like your energy too.
and play games, and then whoever I'm playing games will be like, "All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm gonna go ahead and chill with my chat for like the next hour or so, and we're gonna do reaction content or something. Just sit and talk.
Yeah.
I don't care, So like, it's nice, and but yeah, back to the topic at hand of the mellowing out and like the whole much of you get so hyperactive, boom, 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 boom. It's because you're excited, so your dopamine builds up, and you get this excitement going.
Yeah.
If you can't keep mining that dopamine, it's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yep, I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna rest and be back with more dopamine later.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I had like, how people have like the Bitcoin thing. Can I have
The
a
Bitcoin thing?
dopamine mining?
Dopamine mining?
Can I
Yeah.
have like a computer for dopamine mining?
GPU dopamine mine.
Oh my god, it'd be great.
That would be really fun. And do it with like the whole dopamine rush. I know it's not healthy for me. And
No,
in the long run, yeah, it's not. I'm shortening my lifespan. Like,
yeah,
but I don't give a fuck if I die at 60 instead of 80, in all honesty. If I lived happily and I burst through emotions, uh, which, some people will take that the way they take that. I get it. Like, I could live a nice, mellow, emotional, stable, balanced life, and I can make it to 80. I can make it to 90. And some people live that way, and that's fine. But I'm a firework.
yeah. You'd be like Steve Irwin. Just gotta go out there.
Yeah, at least my dopamine chasing isn't physical like that.
You know, it's
The
like
dopamine rush of jumping off of buildings with a parachute, shit like that. Some people escalate their dopamine rushes to be more and more and more and more dangerous. Steve Irwin wasn't really dangerous, but I guess.
I mean, he knew what he was doing, so I don't think it was dangerous.
Yeah. And what he died from wasn't even, it wasn't a danger that, it happened. And it was something that had happened to him more than once before that anyway. He'd been poisoned. He'd been fucking poisoned by snakes and shit after they bit him. He survived it. This one he didn't survive. And it's like, but he still lived the way he wanted to live.
Yep. Yeah, like my dopamine is magic. It's very true. Like I'm pulling out my magic deck right now because it gives me dopamine.
Just looking at it, you're like, oh yeah.
No, seriously, it sounds weird, but like pulling cards and playing a game gives me that dopamine rush. Except for when you're dealing with absolute toxic players, it's not a dopamine rush.
They kind of ruin the mood.
Playing with my friends, like, oh my god, I'm gonna play this and do this, and then like, oh no, you're not, and then like, it's.
Oh my god, yeah. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and even off and on as an adult, I've come back to Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. That card game. I guess that's why I can relate to your Magic. I just liked staring at the cards too, just being like, whoa, these are so pretty. The holographics. Oh my god.
All the different types of foils, the surge foils, the confetti foils,
there's like triangle shaped foil. I don't know what that's called. But those are on Pokemon like cards, and they're so cool.
Like I had a dopamine rush recently, and my dopamine rush is still going for this high, which is crazy. I bought this new Fallout Commander deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dope, and that, oh my god, that's gonna be a tangent after this. Is I bought something new, this new deck. I was so excited, and I played it, and I started editing it, and I'm still editing it, so the dopamine rush still hasn't gone because it's still fresh. It's still new. A deck can last me forever. I built this braids deck that I have, and my dopamine's still going.
Heck yeah.
It's still going.
It's like being able to work on it continuously. It's almost like a project that just keeps you happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so excited about this opportunity that I've been given, because I get to do that every day. and it's not just that. I get to help people. I'd be like, oh, I kind of want to get into Magic. Where should I start? And I'm like, so first you're going to want to do this, and then this, and then this, and then I'm going to scare them off because they're going to spend like $300.
Because they'll realize, like how it's a creative card game that you can enjoy the way you want to enjoy it. There's so many different ways to play or just collect. That's the thing too. I never belittle people that just want to collect cards.
Oh, never. Nope.
I think I've been hit with that, right? That sucks. People that belittle others and they're like, oh, you don't play competitively for the rush and for the meta. And I was like, I don't have to. I really like this artwork and the cards themselves. I don't care if it sucks in the meta. I just can't relate with that person. They can't relate with me.
God, you don't have this artifact set for this meta? And I'm like, no. I just want to play my character.
No, I'm using Barbara to heal and I freeze. And yeah, sure, that's a bad strategy sometimes. But when I'm not frozen, it works just fine. Yeah, building stuff and seeing it progress and get better in general. I think I really enjoy that.
Yes, Nad, right there. Tryhards ruin every game. The moment it is only about winning, it is not fun and is done with every game.
Oh yeah,
it's true. I
Facts.
Have a good one, Bib. I do. I did this actually recently. I played my braids deck, right? My mono black deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I only had 2 lands in hand. For those that don't know, you want to have at least a minimum of 3 lands in hand. I've got nothing to play spells. I've got nothing to do anything, right? So I'm like, cool. This is, you know what? Risk it for the biscuit, right? Everyone else is playing a spell slinger deck, which just counters everything. A landfall deck where if they have a certain amount of lands, they win the game. And this other person who's playing a token spam deck.
Token spams are fun. I like them.
They're fun. And so I was like, okay, this should be
Thanks
fine.
for lurking,
Token spam
wizard.
should be fine. Whatever. The landfall dude just keeps putting down lands. I can't really do anything. And the other guy is just playing spells to play them fast. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Well, the spell guy isn't playing spells fast, and the token spam guy is playing tokens. But the landfall guy is putting down gates and playing his stuff. So I was like, okay, so one guy's doing his thing. But I immediately was targeted, right? So I'm like, okay, now I have to counter back. And then these guys got so pissed off. And I built up a board state where I could just keep bringing back things from the graveyard now, right? Because that's my whole thing. That's my whole deck. It's what I do. I mess with everything disappearing and coming back. That's what I do. I'm a magic trick. I'm the dad that comes back with milk.
A magic. Did bet you didn't see that coming.
Eventually got to the point that I was like, I have a win con here, but I don't want to win. I want to have fun. I want to see other people's decks. I want to see what they can do. I want to have fun.
Yeah, sometimes stalling and be like, okay, I want you to get out your strongest thing. I want to see how you can do it.
Right.
Like, that's fun. Yeah.
Give me that dopamine rush. Like, don't end it. The more you try hard, the more I lose dopamine. I don't gain it. You know? And so I was like, okay, this person's just gonna end the game and in the most boring way possible. So I'm going to sacrifice everything I own and just kill you all. Like,
yeah.
I was like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to drag things out. Like, everything's ruined at that point. There's no fun thing. You're destroying yourself and destroying everything else. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just end the game then. This is not fun anymore. And then the person that was doing the other thing was like, got mad at me. He's like, you had the win con this whole time? Like, I was like, yeah, I thought you guys saw it. Like, I clearly said I had it. Like, no, man, that's lame. And I was like, dude, I don't play to win. I play to have fun.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, what the fuck? Fuck you, man. This is bullshit.
That's weird.
Like, calm down.
They're like, you had the win. You didn't win. Why didn't you win? I'm like, because you don't need to win to, enjoy it. That's funny. That was your win condition. Your win condition is to have fun. And then all of a sudden, you have a lot more fun playing the games you're playing, whether win or lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I couldn't get behind Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. I think that was my whole point, was to change it into Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that this game lasted that I played for like 2.5 hours. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, damn.
I don't even get a turn. There's no dopamine mining for me there.
Yeah, that's because with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of rough because, like you said, it's such a fast gameplay. Until you make your own rules with your own friends and you say, hey, you can only use these decks, we're going to ban these cards. Or my favorite way to do it is the traditional Yu-Gi-Oh! Style, like you're playing the show. You only get one card per deck, unless you had, like, the 3 blue eyes because you're playing as Kaiba, you're like RPing stuff. That's it. So there's like Dueling Nexus makes those accessible, right? You just copy the deck. It's single cards, and I believe that's Commander in Magic, right? Or maybe not Commander. There's a style of play where you only get to use one. You can only have one of each card in your deck.
Commander.
It is Commander. Okay, yeah. I get why that's fun. It makes the game longer.
It does. And it makes ideas for combos so much more fun.
Nads is like, Exodia, no.
And Nad said, I think modern games ruin this healthy mentality, especially in video games. People go for, I have to
COD mentality.
For achievements, or gotta get a quest done, season pass done.
Yeah.
Things like that feed this win focus. And I will say one thing on that, though. For me, I need to have an objective as well. Like, I like to have fun, but I
Yeah.
need that plot beat. I need that B plot. I need that side thing. Like, what's the
Mhm.
main objective? But like, what can I do? You know, like Minecraft, your objective is to get to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon. But like, what can I do in between?
You can do whatever you want in between, right? Yeah,
Right.
it's like this is great.
I still need that goal to go for, because like if I get bored of doing these side quests and everything else, I want to start doing something that will make me lean towards the main quest. You know, I like to have that mentality of, this is my goal, but let's make sure to get the most out of this we can. Like, you know, I want
Enjoy it to
experience
its
these things.
fullest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate gets to the ending. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go talk to the squirrel.
I've never gotten to the end of Baldur's Gate. I've never
Neither have I.
finished it. And I'm on a 1-year campaign with a friend. But that's because we do every single side quest, we do every main quest, because that's what I want to do.
I don't like rushing. That's one thing I hate about certain people like this.
Hi, lady. Hi.
I want to take my time.
Yeah.
I don't want to look up answers to things. I don't want you to look at this and say immediately, yes, this is like this. Like, the game is intended to be the way it is for you to have fun, for you to experience it, not sit there and rush through the entire gameplay. You rush through something, that's boring. That's like saying you beat the Ender Dragon on creative mode. Like, I'm using Minecraft as an example because everyone has played Minecraft.
Right, it's relatable.
It's like saying that, I beat the Ender Dragon. Dude, oh my god, I'm almost there. I just finished my full set of diamond armor. And this guy's like, oh yeah, I beat it in like 2 seconds. I'm like, yeah, okay, but you also had creative mode and like 17 command blocks that just fucking instant killed it, okay? So...
And like, I get it. That's fun because they had to set up all the code or whatever in order to do it.
Sure.
So it's fun to do that like once. It's like cheating in Age of Empires back in the day. I'd just be like,
oh my
make a shit ton of Cobra cars to just go and destroy the king. And I was like, you guys don't stand a chance, CPU or whatever, whatever they're called, AI, NPC. That's what the word is. You don't stand a chance.
CPUs back in the day.
Yeah, it's totally true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not old.
Get the Big Daddy AoE. Yeah, baby, the Big Daddy.
It's... I don't know. I like the mentality and the idea of just take your time. Get what you paid for. You know?
Yeah, and I'm over here with like fucking I get okay, I didn't talk about that dopamine rush because I neglect it and I say that it's not real. The real addiction. It's a true addiction in my life.
Dopamine rush? Yeah.
I enjoy just having a massive collection of games.
Okay. Hear me out. This is gonna tangent off into the exact thing I was gonna tangent earlier. Money. I swear to God, it's not just me. Spending your money on things that feed your dopamine is an issue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How much time are you an irresponsible adult and like, I just spent $120 and my dopamine's gonna last for 5 minutes now?
I just bought a $400 VR headset with a credit card.
See?
Because I can pay it back in 6 months with no interest. Ooh. And I'm like, you better. And then I looked at my entire debt and I'm like, oh, my debt has added up to $4,000 since TwitchCon, since October. And I'm like, oh.
Damn.
I have ignored a spending problem.
Yep.
Oops. Luckily, mine was only $4,000, which in the long scheme of debt isn't the worst.
Yeah, no, I'm like $40,000 in debt.
My friend is $50,000 in debt because he just bought a fucking Nissan Skyline from Japan.
Yep, that would do it.
Because he kept, you know what it was too? He kept getting letters from these stupid loan companies, these sharks. And after the 50th fucking letter saying, you can get $35,000 at this interest rate, you're automatically guaranteed. Just sign up. He finally did. And now he's like, I have a Skyline. Woo! woo, which is awesome, right? Skyline, that's sick. That's so cool. And no doubt, like, he's living his best life. But then he's also like, oh, fuck, I don't have money. Like, I have lost so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to pay back all this debt. So the stress of the debt almost isn't outweighing the happiness that he has to one of his dream cars.
Yep.
And that's rough.
For me, I feel that. Although I don't I don't buy big things like that, because I do. Like, I buy Magic, you know.
Yeah, like a $500 worth of boxes or something.
Oh, no. Listen, okay.
Okay.
Time, okay? I spent $200. No, I actually took my bulk of Magic that I didn't use anymore. And I regret it now, because now, as of last year, some of those cards in there were worth $15 a piece, and I had 100 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh.
No.
And I sold the box for $1,500. I sold both of them. So I think it was $40,000 or 40,000 cards in general. And I sold it, and then I spent all that money on more boxes because I was trying to pull one certain card.
Mm-hmm.
I eventually got 7 of them. It's okay, though.
Hell yeah.
And then I bought this giant Pikachu that's sitting next to me.
Nice.
It's pretty. I've been trying to sell it. No one wants it.
That's the thing. So I've learned about this recently. This is like a financial old man, totally based on.
Oh, Silly, what's your words of wisdom?
I don't like it. Now that it's clicked in my head how economy truly works, and I don't agree with it, and I don't like it. But anyway, it's the things that you own, the things that your parents owned before you, the things that your family has owned as a whole, those are called your assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it makes sense when people say, oh, I'm going to liquefy my assets. They were just talking about like selling their stuff to turn it into money.
Yep.
And then when I learned about selling or the stuff that you own, if you go through your entire room and you like make a checklist of every tiny thing you own, a cup on your desk, fingernail clippers, the Pokemon plushie, the lights that you set up, the streaming equipment, the computer. If you go through and you view your life financially, you're like, oh, my assets add up to this much money. Thousands of dollars. If I sold everything in my room, I would just have money. Like, the worth of our lives is based on the things we own around us, not our own body and mind and life. But then they're like, no, it is. We monetize your knowledge and your skill. You make money off of your brain. Money is everything. And I'm like, I always thought that was just some silly saying that some rich fuck said because he was addicted to gold. But it's the way they've made us function somewhat peacefully. I can admit that it's worked. It's definitely something that keeps humans from gutting each other over very worthless items.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps us away from anarchy.
Oh.
But it's like, to what end? To what point? And I just want to have the things that I want in life. And I realized that, oh, well, if I want the things I want in life and they cost money, it's up to me to decide, do I really? Can I find happiness in something that doesn't cost money? It's like, yeah, I can go for a walk. I have legs. Should be extremely thankful for.
Legs, there's a forestry, there's a nature preserve. I could go outside. I can touch grass. I can look at these things. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's what you do when you're young. You just like go with your friends to a fucking place. So you just loiter. And it's so funny that all the people are trying to make money Or like, "You can't loiter in front of my store. You're making my customers not come in because they're socially awkward and nervous." I'm like,
Yeah,
"What?"
and I think another thing too with like this is going to be a complete side tangent, I believe. But, like today's generation is like iPad and face, call it good, right?
Yeah, the tech thing is
It's
wild.
weird to say that like when I was a kid, I was outside. There wasn't a day that I didn't come home to my mom with cuts or bruises all like somewhere on my body.
From the
My
adventure
knees,
of the
my elbows,
day.
my arms, my legs.
Yeah.
Like, ah, shit, I broke my foot, mom. Like, she's like, oh, just walk it off, rub some dirt in it. It'll be fine.
Rub
Like,
some dirt in it.
it's what it was. Like,
Yeah.
I went outside. I didn't have the things that I have now. I didn't have technology. I'm completely honest with you. I did not get my first phone. I did
Yeah.
not get my first phone until I graduated high school. And my first phone was a flip phone. No, actually, my bad. I was fancy. I had a slide phone.
Yeah, I had a
Slide.
sidekick.
Yeah, those things were so cool.
Slide
Oh
out
my God.
keyboard. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And the only reason I had a phone is because I had practice after school for sports, soccer,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So it's like,
They wanted a safe
okay,
way to contact you, and
yeah, like, oh, what
yeah.
are you gonna be picking up? Like, I had chess club, mathletes. That sounds really nerdy.
Mathletes, oh man. A
Sounds
math
so
athlete. Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds so nerdy. Don't judge
It
me.
is
Don't judge
nerdy.
me.
So nerdy. It's cute.
But yeah, it was, and then eventually I got a job and I got my own phone, and then from there I was stuck. Like, and then I learned things, and then I was stuck with a prepaid phone from Walmart where I had to pay for my minutes and data.
Yeah.
And then then I learned. I didn't learn about data until after high school. I was like, "What's data?" And then I was like, "Oh my god, man, this is so cool." And then, as of a couple of years ago, I started trading on my phone, and I'm my I eventually my dad was like, "Hey, you're starting to make some money. You want to come on my plan?" And I was like, "Sure, I can help pay the bill, and whatnot." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I pay for my own thing. You just got to pay for your portion of your phone." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Uh, I ended up paying all of my phone off at once, thankfully. And now, at the age I am, for the first time, I have an up-to-date phone.
Damn.
It took me to like years after to get and this phone's finally all the way paid off. I just paid it off a couple weeks ago, finally. So now I can go trade in when I need to.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
I don't need to. I'm very satisfied with. I was like, this phone will like last me forever. My parents were always Samsung people, and I am still Samsung.
Oh, me too, baby. S20 is
Samsung
what I
all
got.
day.
Oh,
Uh,
I love it.
but they stuck with the S5 all the way until
Holy shit.
I think till now. They
That's
had the S5 until
wild.
now. And it's crazy to me that all these kids, like you go back to, is just, I need to be TikTok famous. I need to be Instagram famous. I need to be this. I need to that. Like, okay. Have you ever heard of a big wheel? You ever heard of a bike? Have you ever heard of outdoors?
It's
Throw a rock at each other.
different.
Do
Yeah.
something.
And not to say like it's not there. There's still plenty of kids that like I have cousins. This is my look into the world of it, right? There are three little girls. One of them is, I believe she's, I think 4 years old now. The other one is like 8, and the other one is 12. Something like that. They might actually be closer together in age than that. But they're super active. They love to go outside and play with their friends in the neighborhood. And it was good to see that, because I was like, okay, all of the media stuff is saying, yeah, there's more screens in front of faces, and there is in their case too. Like they have the kid tablets for watching their shows. Then it's funny because then you see their dad, watching football on his big screen TV, and it's just like a lot of humans are distracting themselves with TV to just zone out.
Yeah.
Which is okay to binge something for a little bit, but it's not healthy. Like you said, you need to feed your brain. You need to feed your brain whatever you decide to put into your brain, which is what you look at, which is what you feel, what you touch, who you talk to. It all matters.
It does.
Like you, I seek out people that I enjoy talking to. I'm sure if we actually hung out physically, it would be so much fucking fun and it'd be amazing. And
I think that we could do anything.
yeah.
We would be gone for 24 hours and be like, shit, we gotta go to bed.
like, yeah. I still have a bike and everything. I still try to go for walks, but it's definitely less. But I need to be doing it more. Yeah, it's interesting how much tech took over even adults. Seeing adults that are in their goddamn 50s and 60s glued to their smartphone, that interested me. I was like, wait, y'all are actually just as addicted as the younger generation is to this shit.
It's crazy.
And it's because, yeah, it works.
I haven't been able to get my bike down here at all, but it does need to go to the repair shop. It needs a new chain and new tires. But just like getting a bike, I love biking. I could bike for hours, man. Like when I lived, before I started having a life outside of school, like I would bike 8 hours a day. 8 miles a day.
Yeah, same.
My block was 8 miles long. I'd bike it every day. And it felt good.
We were probably the most fit we've ever been in our entire lives.
Right?
And the happiest because of like dopamine and just happiness. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, and it's crazy because now my dopamine rush is, unfortunately, well, I guess
not as physical.
It's not. Like, I want to go out when I would love to play soccer again. I honestly would. It's one of my favorite sports to play. It's so much fun.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, just going out and playing, like kicking a ball back and forth with your friend, throwing a frisbee, basketball. Yeah. Yeah.
Just get up and join your community. Go to join a softball league. Like,
it's weird how like that's considered cringe, right? You're like, oh, you're an adult, you're gonna go join adult leagues. And I was like, you're just hanging out with people that you enjoy hanging out with. It's not a cringe. It's just when you're in high school, you hang out with certain people that you enjoy hanging out with. When you get older, you go and do things with other groups. If you're in a book club, enjoy that book club. If talk shit about Sherry and how she doesn't know fucking anything about this book,
For example, I actually, this is a real world example. My dad is in a softball club or a
softball league. Hell yeah!
And I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like if I'm ever in town and like whatnot, because we obviously live like way different states away.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, if I'm ever in town sometime, like, hey, let us, I'll come to one of your games. Yeah, it's bonding not only with my parents, but I think it's really cool. Good for you, dude. You're getting out there. You're doing something. This is this is your dopamine rush, Yeah,
and it's a good way to I'm realizing now, if I'm going to continue streaming and playing games for fun, I can't sit in a chair as much.
No.
So thank goodness for VR, because I can stand up, walk around, move. Yeah. My neck might end up being really shitty when I'm older, so hopefully headsets get lighter and I avoid that problem. Oh yeah, I have a Quest Pro on the way. Wink, wink.
Really?
Yep. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I need to get.
I did not pay the full $1,000 for it, by the way. I did not. That'd be insane.
That'd be insane.
I paid $400, which is also insane.
Yeah. That's still better than 1,000.
Yeah.
I need to get a new headset before I can start doing that. Like, I need to get a new headset before I do anything else more on VR. My Beat Saber. Like, if I want to start playing Beat Saber or Boneworks, I absolutely need to get a new headset.
Oh, to be able
As
to play
much
the
as as much
games.
as it pains me
Yeah.
to say, my headset is starting to go out. I mean, I've had this thing since launch. I have the launch Quest 2, which is not because it's still like not the greatest.
The Quest
But
2
yeah,
was a good entry level headset, and now they're like the Quest 3 is the next level, which is actually really good. My uncle even bought one.
yeah, they are really good.
But still $500-$600. So it's like, oh, but like Facebook Marketplace is a blessing. That's where I got my headsets. That's where I've gotten all of my VR equipment, honestly.
God, Facebook makes it sound old.
Just the marketplace. I don't touch Facebook.
See, I touch Facebook to like message my family, be like, my sister's second birthday. Oh my gosh, posting pictures. It was like, oh
Yeah,
my
old
gosh, you could have
people.
been there.
Old
You know, like,
old family and people is what I'm on there for. Yeah.
yep. I use it to talk to my family.
Because
Like,
they didn't move to any other platforms.
I won't get into it too much, but finding out some recent news about something, I'm very glad that I'm able to travel right now because I actually get to make a stop at my grandmother's and
Yay!
so that's great. I won't get into details and stuff like that of what else I'm doing over there, but and then we get to go do this, and then we're going to a concert, and
hell
it's gonna
yeah!
be great. Dude, Friday is gonna be fucking lit.
I'm so excited for that trip for you. That's so cool.
I'll be posting pictures of the Discord, and
I want pictures of you and
me and
you and Ulrich. Yeah, you and Derek. Yay!
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like this is not for me. This is not going to be a dopamine rush, but this is more of a mental health break. Like
to go out into the world and experience a little bit of life a bit differently than you do normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
that's healthy. It's good.
Like, but I also get to meet Arno.
Yeah. Woo! Hell yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm so fucking excited.
I'm
gonna be so great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so fucking excited to see the pictures and stuff and hear all the stories of you two. It'll be fun. I'm gonna catch up with chat here real quick.
Go for it.
If you wanted to, they were saying some stuff about like the Ender Dragon. They're like the Ender Dragon's still hard on creative mode, so that's so humph. They struggle. I struggle. And they said, yeah, don't let them be the only ones making money for you. Sell your body yourself.
But yeah, I'll talk to my chat. You talk to your chat, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Wonder if this will actually. Oh, it did. Did pretty well. I can't change where I am on the screen, otherwise it'll move for Vish. Oh, I need to mute myself too.
Actually, I don't have your thing, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, reset, so you're good.
In Nads, adults are way worse. They cried about that damn kids and damn video games, but they are addicted to phone games and social media. They will, for example. Oh, yeah. So the social media thing, that is interesting because even adults got addicted to it without realizing, like, hey, we all do it. That is true. And I remember my dad would say to me, he's like, your brain's gonna rot playing video games all the time. I think what he meant was my body was gonna get weak playing video games all the time. The games themselves help me learn a lot about problem solving skills and life. Like playing games is a part of everything. Even playing chess back in the day was super important. Because you could learn strategy. The warlords were like, we will learn chess. The best chess player is the best strategist. You know, it made sense. And that says that they will, for example, a big screen beyond weighs nearly nothing. Yeah, that big screen headset, it is. They will get lighter. I'm happy that that's going to be the case, and I hope that it stays that way. I hope we keep reducing the headset size for VR, because right now there are already like neck problems that I have from using the index, and I've already had neck problems for a lot of my life, so it's like I would not want to do to hurt it anymore. That would really suck. This kinds of just needs to get mainstream. Where we're talking about the I guess like self health, taking care of your body, taking care of you. Learning to be happy in your area. Now, granted, that depends on where you live. Like, I still live in an area that is fairly green. I live in Colorado, so the area that we have here is like really active. It's funny because I don't meet a lot of people that are in VR chat that also live in my state. And I realized that the other night, it's probably because this is such an active state for like snowboarding, skiing, going for hikes, mountain climbing, 13,000-foot peaks. That's not what gamers do. Not usually, at least. Maybe just my friend Flupa. But it's like you can be really active here, and that's seen as positive. Being a shut-in is not, but I'm sure being a shut-in anywhere in the world isn't really like looked up upon. But now you can be a shut-in and be a video game addict as long as you're on a social game. Like, you can totally be, I don't know, not socially deprived. You still grow a lot of social skills through like VR chat and games. As long as you're, I guess if you're playing toxic games, it's not good, because then you're just yelling at people. You're just getting angry all the time. That's not good. That's not good at all. Boom, I caught up with my chat. Sorry guys, if you think I'm ignoring you, I'm not. I am reading them. It's just that me and Vish are just chatting away. We're just letting our conversation flow however it flows. So definitely type in anything, any sort of thoughts you have. Maybe we should do like an actual, you know what, and like maybe make like a document for this. Nah, it is fun listening to you too. Oh, good. Well, I'm happy. Yeah, I think at least that's what it is. It's just kind of interesting conversation to have between the both of us. That you can listen to, even in the background, right? Just chilling in the background, just listening to us talk is fun. Whoa, is my shirt getting some weird stuff on it? Oh, no, it's just because it was small. But speaking of like the MetaQuest coming in, MetaQuest has face and eye tracking. And the avatar I've been working on, unfortunately, it's not this one. So this face is cute, but it doesn't have any kind of face tracking, mouth tracking. As you can see, I can only open and close my mouth up and down. Ah, wah, wah, up, up, up. The new headset is going to be able to read my facial gestures and move them around with my new avatar. So the goal is to have new headset, right? New avatar working. We'll make it into a 3D model as well. I'm going to try my best to keep it like this one so that, it doesn't change too much. We'll see how much it affects, my silly image. That's what I'm worried about. I'm like, oh no, my image is going to change. People won't recognize me. And I'm like, they will. I'm literally the same person. I'm just going to be using a different avatar. That's definitely going to be a bit more feminine, but we're keeping the ears. The hair is going to change a little bit. We're keeping the shirt. All in all, it's going to be good. It's going to be an updated model. So I'm excited. I'm excited for new updated 3D Willy with facial tracking and eye movement in VR chat and outside of VR chat. Ooh, it's going to be so cool. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm excited for that. Length 3D silly, but I already get that. Well, that's the thing. You'll get that in VR chat plus full the like me moving my mouth around in my eyeballs. So I won't be able to hide what I'm looking at anymore. I won't be able to hide behind the VR chat eyes, always keeping good eye contact. You'll like, I wonder if it'll be able to track me like looking over people's shoulders and shit and like catching glances as people as they walk by, right? I'm like, move your eyes to the left. Oh, what's that? I'm gonna get so got. It's gonna be so funny. Oh no! It is. It's gonna be so fucking funny. Because I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get caught staring. Oh man. I'm gonna get caught staring so much, actually. It's gonna be a problem. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna have my phone off to the side a little bit, maybe like that. Do you guys like my completely ripped off Akiwu style streaming? I think it's a great way to do just chatting because even my ADHD is like, ooh, this like Japan, walking through Japan and stuff has been really cool to just like have in the background while we chat. I like it. It's solid. I know, it just is. Yeah, it's a solid fucking game plan. And then the little avatars on the bottom, boom, we're set. We got the cute phone that I made for chat. I'm still so proud of that. I'm so proud of the work that I put in with the logo, the Silly logo, designing the phone. I made all these elements. I made all these elements from scratch except for the actual chat scrolling. Like that's I didn't think that I'd be able to do anything like that. I was like, I won't be able to. And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like it takes time. It takes time to do everything in life. And sometimes you need to not judge how long it takes. Because I started making logos and stuff for my streams and everything. I started practicing them in Photoshop and Illustrator, right? Back in 2020. You know, and if it took me to make that logo, I think it took me probably my art skills gained over like 3 years. That's wild. So look at the one on my shirt. That was like attempt number 4. The one over there was like attempt number 5 or 6. Right? It's crazy. That's just a logo. I don't know how to draw things outside of letters. But that's okay. AI will help me draw things. AI Photoshop is fucking crazy too, by the way. I was able to take an old picture that I scanned of a portrait, right? A portrait of a lady. She was beautiful. It was back in like 1960 something is when this portrait was taken. And the portrait was old as fuck, right? So it had a lot of blemishes on it. Her face had some scratches. There were some marks on the background, and we wanted to make the background a solid color and make it just bloom. And I tried manually doing it in Photoshop. I tried painting over it. I tried cloning it. I tried making sure it would look good again in some certain way, shape, or form. I tried being a graphic designer on it. And you know, I showed it to my boss and she was like, yeah, that's not going to fly. That's not something we could give to a customer. I was like, fuck. Okay. And then she's like, check this out. And she takes the lasso tool, which you just draw over the area that you want to change. And then bam, oh my God, you press an AI tool. You say, hey, I want you to merge all this stuff together. And I want you to delete the background and make it merge. It did a better job than I could do. It did a better job than most professionals could do in seconds. I don't know how to feel about that or not. Like, It's cool. It's amazing. I can now do things that a professional was able to do. But I didn't go to school for it for 4 years and get a bachelor in arts. So it's kind of fucked. But also really fucking cool. Oh, it's so fucking cool and fucked. But for a business purpose, you know, it worked. Thank you, Carr, for saying I'm talented. I do have some talent. I will never own up to it. I'm humble. But I do believe, I know I'm creatively talented in some ways. I'm creatively talented when it comes to music. And design. I'm probably good at design more than I think. Silly 100 years confirmed. 100 years of silly. 100 years of silly cat boy. I don't know how long. I imagine if I was streaming for the next fucking 8 years or some shit, right? It's 2032. SillyWilley finally chopped off the Willy part of his username and is just silly. And will I be an IRL person? Will I be okay, I'm 30 years old right now. In 8 years I'll be 38. Oh, what the fuck? Will I still be cute? Like, should I still play the cute card? I mean, I guess I'll always be cute, but like, is it okay for me to keep playing a cute card? I don't know. It's weird how that's my thought. Chopped off the Willy! Ah! I didn't mean it in that way. I just want to be silly. Willy is my last name, IRL. So keeping that on as part of my username, I was told like is really bad. For years, I've been told don't use any part of your real name. But I wanted my online identity not to be separate from my real identity. I wanted it to be genuine and be me. I wasn't trying to be someone else through my streams and through my social medias. Yeah. Nads, yeah, it's not ideal. So it's just ironic that I'm a femboy. Willy also means dick in a lot of cultures, and chopping off my Willy usually means I want to be trans. And since femboys lean towards being trans, fuck, you know. But I don't want to be trans. I am a femboy through and through. I'm a feminine man. I love my cock. What? Cock-a-doodle-doo! Ow! Well, that was a howl. What does a chicken sound like? Did you know if you say buttcock really fast, it sounds like a chicken? Buckcock, 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 buckcock. Anyway, Car is definitely not my real name. So we're both guilty of it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I mean, how bad is it? Why is it bad? Now you can just look up my socials and you'll know immediately who I am anyway. I guess it leads you to find someone's real identity faster. But nowadays, all you need to know is a generic description of a human being. And the fact that I'm on the internet, you know, doxing is real, IP stealing is real. Hiding your identity once you've decided to go public with your identity is nearly impossible. You know, if I learn someone's phone number, I can Google it. And I won't even learn just their name and their address. I will learn their entire family's phone numbers, addresses, where they live, where they've worked on Google. Like, I don't think that information should be public. And it is. It's, at least in America. In America, it is public knowledge. Leg gasp. I don't know if you've ever done it before. Type in your own cell phone number into Google and see what happens. It's freaky. Sometimes it gets it, like, it's not completely accurate. They'd still have to deduce which things connect to which person. And if you're doing that to get after someone, like, you're a creep. You're already fucked up in the head as it is. You know, and if you act on that information and you do anything about it, that's illegal. You are going to jail. You will be turned in by me to the local authorities. Yeah. Anyway, that still makes me gasp. That's fucked up. Goose panic. Granted, if you live in another country and you flew all the way to America, god damn, they're crazy. But also persistent, you know? Good for you. Good for you. I'm never going to get so famous that I have a goddamn stalker. I pray. That is not a level of fame I want wished on anyone. You can come meet me at a meetup at TwitchCon or some shit, but never at my own house. Lang, yeah, but I wouldn't mind meeting you. You're not parasocially wanting to, like, invade my life entirely. You're not obsessed. Well, no. Obsessed is probably the wrong word. You can be obsessed with someone and it's okay, right? As long as the other person is obsessed with you. That's love. You don't know that. You dork. I have to cancel a flight, Nat. He knows. Silly knows too much. Ah. All right, guys, let's check up on where Vish is at. Let's see what the Vish is. What is Vish talking about right now? Psst, psst, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. So I told Chad not to stalk me.
Not to what?
Not to come to my house.
Oh, what happened?
2 people are canceling flights.
They had flights. I want to start there.
It's fucking funny.
One was yours. Yeah, I think Matt canceled his flight because he's coming to visit me.
He is actually legit. Let's go. That's so cool.
Like, very legit. Like,
yeah, like long-term friends actually coming to meet each other. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. When are we gonna meet?
Whenever you know what the choice is? The choice is either I go to TwitchCon or I don't.
Honestly,
I get one trip a year.
I probably will not be going to TwitchCon because it's expensive. And roommate plans did not work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have $7,000 to go on TwitchCon.
Yeah, San Diego's expensive.
So,
and like the room that I want is really expensive.
Yeah.
But that's also in September. So with enough subathons and donathons, maybe I can go to both.
I was gonna say, if you want next year, I'm really hoping that me and Ori go on the same trip again next year. You can join us.
I just want to go visit Ulrich and all of them at the house too.
I mean, fair.
And then we could all just meet up at the we just crash where they live. Be way cheaper. Although going to a con with you guys would be hella fun too.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go to a con, and it's like it's not expensive at all. And we could just pick you up, and then yeah.
Lang's like, Silly knows too much. Next they'll say it's rude to live in their walls, I guess.
You never know.
But yeah, I think I'll be going over. So right now I'm gonna visit my friends out west this year, essentially.
That's your plan this year?
And then I'll go more east next year.
Yeah, if I can make it out that way, I probably will. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna, because I've got this trip, and then I wanted to do TwitchCon, but I don't think it's happening. I've got a trip either this summer or this winter. I'm gonna see if Ulrich wants to go on this one too. Most of the expenses will be paid
Oh crap!
for. It's
There we go.
literally just the same. The only thing here is that we pay for a hotel room and then whatever food we want, and that's it.
Oh, that's not bad. Hotel
Yeah,
food.
we're planning on going. I want to plan on this year going to the Dells.
That was Wisconsin Dells?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I went there for a family reunion once.
It's fun.
It's so fun.
Hotel that I stay there, and then when I go there, so fly over there.
Ulridan just was in chat. I mean, I have a couch. I call Ulri's bed.
You call Ulrich's bed?
He said he has a couch, so I figured he was offering to sleep on it. You know?
No, isn't Ulrich's bed his couch?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I have a futon. Fuck yeah.
I have a bed.
Yeah.
Sleep over at Fisher's.
Check is it? If I end up staying there, I'm probably gonna end up like cuddling in each person's bed each night. I'll literally be the cat. I'm just like, I want to sleep with you tonight.
See, the thing is, like, if you went on the trip that, like, we're gonna go on this time, it'd be great. I feel like it's something you would enjoy too.
Yeah, I love going to cons.
It's not even like it's a con, but it's like it's all this old school stuff, and then we're gonna like, you know, we're gonna go do other things too. But like, you know, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean that for me, that's what TwitchCon was in October. I did put all of my TwitchCon onto a credit card. That was my mistake. I won't do that next time.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But I learned, you know. I also was like, fuck it. I literally lost my job right before TwitchCon, and then I was like, I'm still going. Because now I have an entire goddamn week. I don't even need to be worrying about work. I'll worry about it when I get back. And it worked out fine. I ended up having a very good time, one of the best times, you know, ever. And made some lifelong, I think, lifelong friends from it. Definitely my Chu. Bonding with my Chu was, you know, an amazing experience out there. And yeah, I'd love to do that with you. I'd love to do that with, I got Violet and Ulri and Yuki. So yeah, I really want to. I just hope that they end up Derek, are you even going to be living there? Are you going to renew the lease? Will you be there next year in 2025?
My God, 2025 is next year.
Yeah. Wait, Nuketown! Oh, fuck! You're right!
That's next year!
Oh, let's go! They're releasing a movie called Civil War. I saw it. The trailer. Not the movie. I saw the trailer. It's not out yet.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, I'm like, what are they just predicting 2052? Like, or some shit? What the fuck?
2052? You mean 2025?
Why would you jinx us like this? You're right. Nuketown is 2025. So this is just a civil war before the real civil war.
Yeah, this is Black Ops 2. You know, like... Mendes!
As long as we get fully stable, we like it. Okay. Good. We'll see. I hope. Fingers crossed by me.
You know, that would be really cool. What if we just like...
Nads, you can't go from being social to being parasocial.
You can.
Could Nads go to being parasocial at this point? I don't think so.
Not at this point.
No, I don't think he can reverse it. You can't reverse relationship polarity.
But like,
yeah.
You could, yeah. Oh, but that'd be so cool though. Like now that I think about it, like just get a bunch of VTuber friends and we just go to the water park. Like
water park, yeah.
That bar and grill, just have a few drinks, some food, and
Nads, oh no. This is fine.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, just doing anything with you. Be
a
amazing.
vacation, like even just like going out to like a cabin or something, and like we don't even need to be at someone's house. Let's go out and do.
Yeah, that's true. We could just find an area we want to visit mutually, and you could do it that way. We could crash at a house as long as it's near people's stuff, you know.
Yeah, and it's near people's stuff, and we have room.
Yep.
I don't think I have room, unfortunately, and it's also not up to
Right.
me.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good place, but like that's fine. It's for people who have the extra room, you know. And maybe the next house I rent will be so cheap that I'll have an extra room or two. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have a house like that where I just rent out an extra room with some so I have one.
Yeah.
No, not saying that.
Woo! I say what? Hail?
I meant like I don't think we would have room for like that many people, but like
Oh, you're fine, Nads. You were invited by the owner of the home.
yeah, you were
They're making room for you, baby. Nads is just gonna end up cuddling.
And, like right now, there goes my dopamine. I've been almost streaming for 3 hours, so my dopamine is dying out.
Right. It's like
it's also because I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's lunch or dinner time. Dinner time.
Yeah, it's dinner time for me. It's 6:21. So my dopamine's starting to head down.
God, yeah.
I feel like overall, though, it's been a very good conversation today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we should do this more often. Like try.
I'm down.
Try to shoot for once a week, but it doesn't have to be once a week.
Yeah, I probably could do once every other week or something. I like these just chatting streams. They're very fun.
Yeah. Like I like doing this because it gives, like, I don't know, like I'm able to do something. I'm not sitting playing video games, like
we're stimulating our brains with conversation.
Speaking of video games, though, at some point, what is it? What Outlast Trials has a new event going on that's super cool.
Oh, okay.
It's right now it's just for a week, but it's stay together. You can't leave each other's side, otherwise you start taking damage.
Oh, interesting. What?
I think that'd be really fun.
I think that'd be good because then I would learn how to move through the map like you do. I'd have to stick to you or I'd die, literally. Follow me if you want to live. Like that becomes way too literal.
I beat the game for a second time, so I need to beat it for a third time as well. But
yeah, and so last time we played, I was finally getting used to it, how to move around in it. So I'm not as lost as I was before.
True. Oh, Pixel Gun 3D is now on Steam.
What is Pixel Gun 3D? Wait.
Dude, Pixel Gun 3D is such an old school game. I used to play it when I was younger. Dude, I'm adding that to my library.
Oh god, I also need to update all of my stuff. For I had to delete my Discord links.
So did you get that game content warning?
I did, yeah, the free one. Yep.
Yeah.
I yoinked it.
I do want to play it. I have yet to play it. I'm excited to try it.
Ooh. I saw Rob playing it the other day, and I was like, wow, okay. Apparently this is an actual game that I should play if the big streamers are playing it.
Yeah, if Rob's playing it, I should play it.
Well, because I'm like, if a big person's playing it and a bunch of big people start playing it, I'm like, oh, then it's probably a fun game. Usually.
Normally Rob plays VR chat unless he's like got a cool game to play with other friends.
Exactly. When I see him playing an actual video game with his fat ass, like, good for him.
Right? It's just him, like,
yeah.
Let's go.
If a dude with Rob's mental health can play a video game, then I'm gonna get it too. And it was free. I like how the April Fools joked us on Steam. They were like, hey, Power World is free, and then they rickrolled anyone that clicked on that link. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
They said that Power World was free on Steam, and then you clicked the link, and then it was never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And they were like, you thought this game was free? April Fools. And I was like, oh,
damn.
I already had the game, so it didn't matter. But damn, they got a lot of people. But then that one came out, that was actually free. I thought it was April 1st as well, and I was like, are you fucking with me twice? But that was the real free one.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Shame
Fool
on me.
3 times, shame on you.
Yeah, why you keep shaming me? You into this or something?
It's kink shaming.
We don't kink shame, no. We don't kink shame, no. Oh, really? There's a new map?
Yeah, it's a high
Oh!
school.
Oh my god, we have to go back to high school, but it's horror.
Haunted school. Oh my god. I kind of want to play Demonologist.
Yeah, me too. We haven't played that in fucking forever.
I might launch it right now. I might just load into it right now.
No. You need to eat first.
I'll go make myself some food.
We'll both get some food, and then we could load into it. I'd be down.
Up to you. If you want to continue just chatting or
down to do some game stuff.
Up to you. I don't know how long you've been streaming, so
3 hours.
Oh damn. Okay. So okay.
Oh, just kidding. An hour and a half.
You did end stream too, but you also started about half an hour late.
Yep.
So you've been streaming about half an hour or an hour less than I have, which is 2 hours. So you've been streaming about 2 hours.
Yep.
Damn, we had a really good talk session.
We did. We totally veered off of our ADHD autism talk, but that's actually perfect for our ADHD autism talk.
That's normal.
That's normal.
I think I'm gonna go make some food. If you were down to play, I might continue streaming and play some more.
Okay.
Demonologist or Outlast or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do some Demonologist first. I'm more excited about that.
Same.
I think.
I haven't played that in a hot minute.
I'm just curious to see the new map because that probably won't last very long.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make some food. Take a rest. We'll take
a break.
Reconvene afterwards.
I'm gonna take like a 30-minute break.
Yeah. We'll be back.
I'm gonna put a giant timer on my screen.
I'm just gonna put a be right back screen.
You could tell me ADHD and autism moment. It was entirely.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was very fun. So down to do this more.
But all right, I will be back.
All right, me too. Going back to our Beyond Back screen. Chatsu, go get some stuff if you want. Bam. I'm gonna set that, and then we're gonna set a timer. Roughly, like, be right back. Probably around 5 o'clock my time. It'll be 30 minutes or so. It'll probably be 30 minutes. I'll try to make sure to be back here in 30 minutes. Why is this? My timer is in seconds. What the fuck is 30 minutes in seconds? Okay, we'll go back to for now. Car, probably leave for work at that time. Well, if I don't see you, have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your shift. Yeah, I'm happy to do stream a little bit earlier. I have Wednesdays off of my job, so I don't mind doing Wednesday streams if any of you guys are into this. I've been wanting to stream more during the day anyway, because streaming late at night, you don't get a lot of energy from me. It's like, I'm dead in like 20 minutes. But during the day, it's nice. Early stream is nice. Hell yeah. You weren't following? That's crazy. What do you mean you were? I thought you were, though. Whatever. Thanks for the follow, Kit. Wow. What did I follow you for? I don't know. We're forging our new bond. It's happening. Hello, daughter. How are you today? Guys, I need to convert 30 minutes to seconds. Where's Google? Google! Where you at, bitch? Oh, like the cat's asleep on the bed. That's so cute. Hey, Google. Convert 30 minutes to seconds, please. I need to change my with Koji link because it got bought out by Linktree. So that link doesn't work anymore. Oops. I gotta update all my shit. We got raided a bunch in Discord, so I had to change the Discord link as well. So that doesn't work anymore. I got some stream work to do as well. Probably after stream today. But we are going to go to be right back. I'm gonna go make some food. See y'all in about 30 minutes. And yeah, if you can't stick around, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Make sure to go get some drink and stuff. Make sure to take care of you. If you're going to work, got other plans, I hope they go well. And I wish you the best of luck in your day. Yeah. Mwah. Mwah. I kiss you, chat. See you. I love you all. See you in 30 minutes. Woo!
Ping pong.
No way. Literally, I just typed in your chat to like do the alert, just to be like, I wonder if I'll notice. And you just got back. Dude, the timing. Wow. Yeah, you mean we took a break, you took your time? Oh. Oh, hell yeah. I was cheap. I got ramen. Was thinking about getting Mickey D's, but then I was like, I gotta save my money because we're like just on the barely I'm meeting this trip line. Because work is, a pain in my ass. Like I'm not getting the hours that I want. Hell yeah. All right. I got a lobby set up, just waiting. We're chilling, we vibing. Kick their ass. I think tomorrow, Friday, I think we're gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts as our breakfast. We haven't planned it out. I think I was hoping to plan it out either tonight or tomorrow. Dude, I gotta get to bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow. Because I have to be up at 4:30. So that way then I can be ready by 6. We're driving. And then uh Ori's leaving at like 2 in the morning.
Let's go! Woo! I'm eating Taco Bell! Woo!